welcome. A U.S. Senator from Wisconsin has introduced a bill to change the way gray wolves are managed in our area. Senator Tammy Baldwin introduced the Northern Great Lakes Wolf Recovery Act. It would aim to eventually take the gray wolf population off the endangered species list in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan's UP. A committee made up of farmers, wolf management experts, and native and tribal communities would create a final delisting rule for the region. Right now, gray wolves are federally protected, but populations in the Northland have been growing for decades.
That Minnesota population has expanded and spread and now occupies large portions of northern Wisconsin as well as all of the UP of Michigan. Really, the Great Lakes wolf population represents the largest gray wolf population in the U.S. outside of Alaska.
Now, if this bill passes, wolves would remain protected in other parts of the country.